Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saviryam Karava Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mahavedvisha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we chant shlok number 5 and 6. Apare yamitastvanyam prakritim vedhi me param Jiva Bhutam Mahabaho Yayedam Dharyate Jagate Etad Yonini Bhutani Sarvani Tyupadharaya Aham Krishnasya Jagataha Prabhava pralayasthatha. Let us chant the next shloka also. Maktav parataram nanyat. Repeat this. Maktav parataram nanyate. Kinchidasti dhananjaya. Mai sarvamidam protam Sutre manigana iva. So in this way, in the morning, we were seeing a very important topic, that how to know the Para-Prakriti. So what is Para-Prakriti? Bhagwan here describes Jiva Bhutam Mahabaho Yayedam Dharyate Jagat. He gives two lakshanas, two pointers, that what is Para-Prakriti. Pointer number 1 is, it is of the nature of Jiva. Jiva Bhutam. Jiva is the individual, individuality, the limited I. So the limited I which is manifesting in our hearts, which is the I, and this I alone is doing everything. He is alone, experiencing the world. He is alone, making security in the world, enjoyment, relatives, security, everything is being done by the individual, Jiva. Jiva word means the individual. That limited I, which I am experiencing today. If I describe myself, if I introduce myself to anyone, we don't say I am Brahman. I am the unborn and omnipresent and omniscient. We never say that. We say I am a limited individual. I have got these capacities, this is my profession, this is my education, this is my age. All these things which are limited in nature. I am limited in time, I am limited in space, I am limited in my capacities. This limited I which has manifested in the form of this body, so that is what I am today. So this is called Jiva. So this Jiva, that which is manifesting as Jiva, is pointer number 1. Pointer number 2 is that Yaya idam dharyate jagat. This jiva is sustaining everything. Dharyate. It is holding everything. Just as your table is holding your book, just as the earth is holding all the living beings and the trees and the mountains, so also this jiva is holding your world. Your entire world, my world, Jagat, whatever I am experiencing outside, if this jiva was not there, the life won't be there. Today I came in this world and became a jiva, and therefore I'm able to experience all these things. So jiva becomes the foundation. Jiva becomes something because of which all the doors of experiences have opened for me. And if jiva was not there, this I was not there, this limited I is something very unique, very special, very beautiful. It is a wonder. It is so beautiful. It's the most greatest wonder. Just imagine your parents, your children, your wife, your husband. They are living. Why? Because Jiva is there. Because of Jiva, this body becomes vibrant, it becomes living. Because of Jiva, they can walk, they can talk, they can work, they can enjoy, they can sing, they can dance, they can do anything. Because Jiva is there. Jiva is something like, plugging in your instrument to the power. When you plug in your instrument, thereafter the music starts, the TV starts, the computer starts, the whole machine starts because it is plugged in. So this body made out of matter, and later on again it will become matter, back to earth. But today it is talking, and it is hearing, it is seeing, it is experiencing. What is it with which this is plugged? So the connection given is by this jiva. And the moment, somebody dies, what happens? The jiva is not there. The jiva has disappeared, it has gone. So we were just talking about somebody, that gentleman, an old man. Yesterday he died. He was 75 years old. Therefore, Angad was about to come. He was supposed to come in the class, but it was his uncle. And in his uncle, the jiva, it bid goodbye. It went away. The connection is lost. The manifestation of jiva was there in the body, that I is not there. And therefore, no pulses are there. When you call a doctor, he will check, okay, let me see whether the pulse is there and the heart is beating. The heart is not beating now. What is it because of which the heart beats? It starts beating in the womb of a mother, the small infant. It becomes a living being. And therefore it comes out in this world and starts growing, working, enjoying, experiencing. And one fine day, that jiva disconnects. And once it disconnects, you have to take care of the body. Depending upon your culture, we over here cremate the body back to the fire. And the fire assures that all the elements are back to nature. And it is just ash. In some countries, maybe burial, you bury your dead people. And slowly, slowly the earth will decompose the entire body and it will become the elements again. In some places, wherever the burial is there, you plant a tree, and later on your uncle comes in the form of fruits and in the form of flowers and takes care of the whole nature, makes it more green and beautiful. So different cultures, different systems, but the body is of no use once the jiva goes away. So Bhagwan says, I'm talking about Para-Prakruti. That Para-Prakruti is this jiva. And this jiva alone becomes the experiencer, seer, feeler, doer, eater, various kind of roles it takes up. So that is what we were discussing in the morning session, that suppose I have to experience the Para-Prakruti. What do I have to do? I sit down in meditation and normally we continuously keep on doing something or the other. We are eating, seeing, hearing some music, doing some work, studying, something or the other. When we do a particular karma, at that time what happens? Suppose I am hearing something. I become a hearer. When I am seeing something, I become a seer. Now just think about a moment. There was a moment when I am not a seer. And second moment, I have the freedom, the capacity to don up the role of a seer. Now, seer and that I, which was initially there, they are not same. Something very fundamental has happened and changed. What has changed? I could not have called the initial I, the Para-Prakruti, the Jiva, as the seer because he is not seeing anything. When I am seeing something, I don up a role. Just like an actor dons up a role. I become, a warrior, a king. So just as I don up a role, so also I don up this upadhi wherein I can see. Not only I can see, but I am interested in seeing. I am dependent on seeing. And my existence as a seer will only depend upon the object I am seeing. Suppose you stop seeing, and can you be a seer? So all my roles are dependent upon what I am going to do. If I am hearing, right now you all are hearer. Shrota. In Sanskrit we call it Shrota. Hearer. How long you are a hearer? Till the time you are listening to all these things. You hear something, then you become a hearer. Suppose you are sitting alone and you don't want to hear anything. Can you be described as a hearer? No. So something changes, something dawns. I take up a limitation. I by itself has no limitation. And when you take up a role, at that time you become limited. You have to see this point. If you have to discover, experience the Para-Prakruti, the real I, the Jiva, forget about Brahman. Right now we are only seeing the truth of I, the limited I. So this jiva is just pure existence. It is living being. It is conscious entity. And it has freedom to take up any role. It can do anything. It can hear, it can eat, it can study, it can meditate, it can think, it can feel. This eye, look at the beauty of that. One eye can do anything. That is what your real eye is. No, when suppose I am studying and it's very difficult. I cannot understand that. For whom is it difficult? Not for the real I, but the role which you have taken up is not able to focus, concentrate, and execute properly. So it is a problem of the role, not the real I. The real I has got capacities, potential, and therefore there are so many people who are able to apply themselves very nicely and they have attained great things. The same I is there. When we look at this I is basically same in every living being, in every human being, in fact in every living being. Daya also has got the same I. And Guruji also has got the same I. And all these Shishya students have also got the same I. Shivji sitting in the temple has also got the same I. Same I is there in every manifestation, every living being. But slowly, we have to invoke and refine ourselves for application in different fields. So one has to, turn one's attention towards I. And if you want to experience the I, just relax. Don't do anything. Completely relax. We will do meditation one day, as requested. We will do practical on this. And then we will keep aside everything and discover the real Para-Prakruti, the Jiva. So, these two Prakritis are there. One Prakriti is that which we experience outside, which is changing, which is inert, which is the object of so many desires and aspirations outside. Whatever is visible, it is all a Para-Prakriti. And whatever is visible, it's all perishable, changes. Nothing is going to sustain outside. So don't even dream that. Bhagwan, please bless me that this thing continues to exist. Bhagwan says, nothing in a Para-Prakriti can exist. Why don't you understand that? Why are you asking me to understand and change my systems and nature? You better appreciate that this thing is a changing world. Right now it is morning, it is evening, and after some time it's going to be night. No, Bhagwan, the scenery is very good. You just, freeze everything. It's only evening and nothing, no night, no morning, no sunrise, no sunset. I am your devotee, I gave you laddus. And who gave you laddus to give it to me? I only gave you laddus and you are returning that laddus to me and bribing me that Guruji, Bhagwan, Shivji, I am giving you laddus. And what you only need to do is to freeze the time, freeze the world. At least freeze my loving people. I've got a small family, Nobody should die. My children should never die, my parents should never die, and grandfather also should not die. And of course, my wife, never. She should never go away. Why? Because I gave you laddu. You can eat that laddu yourself. Why don't you eat that laddu and become immortal? I have given you very good education in Gita and Vedas and the Vedanta and the Upanishads. Better start taking that laddu. It's very tasty laddu. Huh? So the basic thing is that these two prakritis are there. One prakriti is beautiful, changing world. Continuously changing. Be ready for the change. Any change can happen in the world outside. Problems come when I don't like the change. At least the change is not as per my wishes. When the change is not there as per my wishes, I say, Bhagwan, you are angry on me. Why are you angry on me? So that, my house is getting collapsed. There's problem with my house, with my city, with my country, and with my world, and my people, and my loving ones. And of course, my bank account. Everything is going for the dogs. So, Para-Prakriti is a Para-Prakriti. Better be ready for that. And the beautiful thing is that in and through Para-Prakriti, there is a gem, a diamond, a precious thing, imperishable, living, and that is Para-Prakriti. Nobody can, perish, maybe efface the existence of Para-Prakriti. Para-Prakriti is always existing. It is life. It is blessing everything in the world with life. Anything can exist because of this Para-Prakriti. So Bhagwan will start giving some examples also. Just wait for some time. So after describing these two Prakritis, he says in the 6th shloka, Etad yonini bhutani sarvani iti upadharaya. Please know, Arjuna, that the interplay of these two Prakriti, Para-Prakriti and Apara-Prakriti together, it is these two Prakritis, they come together, hold hand in hand, and then alone anything can exist in this world. They are the cause. Para and Apara Prakriti come together, they become the cause of this entire creation. Anything in the world which comes into existence, it is because of the coming together of Para and Apara Prakriti. So that is called as cause or yoni. The word which Bhagwan uses is yoni, the cause. Etad yonini bhutani. Both have to come together. If you have to raise a family, man and woman, both have to come together. Bhagwan has assured that man or woman, nobody can have the arrogance that I create a family. Man thinks, I create a family. Try to produce children. You cannot do that. And in case if the ladies, they have the arrogance, only we bring children in the world, try without a man. By themselves, the Para-Prakriti or Apara-Prakriti cannot create anything. Together alone, hand in hand, then they create everything in the world. So both are important. Both have very important roles to play. Normally, there are some people who try to translate these things as matter and spirit. I don't call them spirit because spirit word has got different connotations. This is life and matter. One is a living being, one is a living entity, and everything else is dead inert matter. So, Jada and Chetan. Jada and Chetan together, they create any human being, any living being. So, etad yonini bhutani sarvani. He says not only human beings, but animals, the plants, and even the devatas, the angels. Everything is created only when these two prakritis, they come together and they bless the creation. Then alone anything can be created. They're so important. So whenever anything is created, you can see the play of these two prakritis and intelligently identify that in this creation, this is the role of Para-Prakruti and this is the role of Para-Prakruti. Together, I am the master of these two Prakritis. Now, Bhagwan is going one step forward. Till now, we are discussing Prakriti. Now, he is discussing Param Purusha. This is my Prakriti. You see the beautiful word Prakriti? What does Prakriti means? Prakrishta Kriti, a very nice doing, creating, manifesting. It is a Kriti, it is a creation. So these were not there and they will not be there for all times. Till the time you are a living being, you can see the world and you can also see so many living entities. But this jiva also dies after some time. This para-prakriti also disappears. So there is more to this story. Para-prakriti is not the end of the story. Para-prakriti is a very important stage in understanding the story of life. Bhagwan says, now I'll go one step forward and tell you that I am the master of both these two Prakriti. These are my Prakriti, these are my creation, these are my manifestation. I am the artist and this is my art. This is my painting, this is my symphony, this is my music. You like my music? Beautiful music, God. And he says, that who is creating all these things. Yet now one very important secret, let me tell you. The reason for the nomenclature of this Prakriti into two categories as Para and Apara. You know the reason? One Prakriti is called Apara, another Prakriti is called Para. In case somebody gives greater importance to Apara, anything which is visible, anything which is made out of matter, they will never reach me. But in case if you turn your attention towards Para-Prakriti, the beauty of understanding the Para-Prakriti is that it becomes a door for realization of God. Brahman can be realized by turning your attention towards Jiva. And therefore, the great statements of Vedanta, the so-called Mahavakyas, they say Tattvamasi, this Jiva is a divine reality. Once you turn your attention towards Para-Prakriti, then there is a possibility that you will realize the ultimate truth of life, the God. So, because this is the importance and beauty of Para-Prakriti, it becomes a doorway to appreciate God, to enter the palace of God. If God is in a palace, then where is the door for that? Para-Prakriti. Now that is the beauty and importance of Para-Prakriti. Therefore, people, they turn their attention towards this I, this Jiva, and start their analysis and understanding from Para-Prakriti. What is a Jiva? Who am I? And all these questions, they are brought about if you know the truth of I, then you will ultimately know the truth of God also. This I is so important. Because this I is so important, there are so many masters, so many great saints, Bhagwan, this Bhagwan and that Bhagwan. We have so many Bhagwans in this country. Great saints, very devoted, very sincere. And one of them used to say that you just take up this question, who am I? In case if you can appreciate the truth of who am I, then I can assure you that you will reach Bhagwan. You know the truth of life. They have tried to oversimplify that. Gita is telling in more better way, in more detailed way. So these two are Prakriti and Para-Prakriti. We call it Para-Prakriti. Para is greater, higher. Apara is that which is lower. Bhagwan says, it is not lower in the sense that, it doesn't have capacity to create. Without Apara Prakriti, Para cannot create anything. You've got to marry this fellow. Both have to come together. By themselves, Para or Apara cannot create anything. When these two entities come together, then only subsequent creation is there. So no arrogance, no higher and lower from that point of view. But it is higher in the sense that when you turn your attention towards Para-Prakriti, it becomes a doorway to the realization of God. That which is the timeless truth, that which is the imperishable divinity. You can go towards that. Suppose if you keep on turning your attention towards the world, enjoy, eat and drink and sing and dance and do anything. If you keep on doing that, no possibility in life that you will ever stumble to God. But in case if you turn your attention towards I, then that door opens. So this Jiva, by itself, as it is manifesting in your heart, it is not Brahman. It has so many limitations in it. It has so many things which are still to be negated. What is to be negated? It has limitations in that. Just think, why is it that this Jiva has got to, depend on things outside? Why is it that I have got to, bring about security in my life? Because this fellow is insecure. I am incomplete, therefore I want to become complete by holding this, by holding that, by getting this, by getting that. So Jiva is great, it is divine, it is giving life, it is infusing life. Because of Jiva, I can take up any role. But Jiva is not Brahma as it is. It is potentially Brahma, inherently Brahma. Yet this jiva, only what we have to do is to negate some limitations on jiva. Vedanta is that science because of which you can appreciate the limitations which are superimposed on the jiva and negate all those things. When you negate all the limitations on jiva, now it is not in the limited, it's not confined in time, it is not confined only to this body. Today, jiva requires a body to manifest also. So jiva has got some limitations. So it is only when we negate the various limitations on jiva that we discover pure Satchitananda, pure existence, pure consciousness, which is called substratum of the creation, which is the truth of the creation. When you reach Para-Prakruti, you are very near Brahman. Only you have got to negate the jivatva of the jiva. You have to negate the limitations imposed on the jiva. Suppose you can turn towards jiva, then you have almost reached Brahman. Thereafter study Vedanta and appreciate the limitations, appreciate the superimpositions, and just negate that, drop that. So that which is there, Bhagwan calls, this jiva as my part, my amsha. Mamaivamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Jiva is my small part. Jiva is my amsha. I am the whole, this fellow is my part. Just as my finger says, the whole body is there and this finger is part of the whole body. So also Bhagwan says, Brahman is everywhere. Every jiva is my part, is my representative. Like a government officer comes to you. I am the government officer. He says, government of what? Government of your country. I am the officer. I am representing the government. The government of India. The government of Russia. Salute, sir. So he is representing the whole government. So he is very important. But he is not the government completely. Government is something much more, but he is certainly representing that. Every jiva is part of God himself. That is why a very, very good statement, famous statement in chapter 15. Mamaivansho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Jiva is my part. So when you are experiencing jiva, then you are experiencing the fragrance of God himself. That's the beauty of jiva. But he is not jiva, God himself by itself. Jiva is also taking up certain roles to become a jiva. So if you can see by negating the limitations on jiva, then God himself is sitting here. Consciousness devoid of all various superimpositions is called Brahman, the God. Brahman is the infinite divinity, and he alone is sitting in your heart as I. So you turn your attention towards I, start negating the various superimpositions on this fellow, and then discover the truth of I. This is something which is imperishable, which is never going to die. And he says something very big. Look at the second line of Shloka 6. What does the second line say? Aham Krishnasya Jagata Prabhavav Pralayas. I, as Brahman, I am the creator and the sustainer of this entire creation, of this entire cosmos, this entire Jagat. Aham Krishnasya. There is one word which is called Krishna, and there is another word which is called Krishna. What is the difference between Krishna and Krishna? First of all, the writing is different. One is Krishna, another is Krishna. When you are chanting, then you should know how to chant properly. Chant the shloka, Aham Krishnasya Jagata Prabhavav Pralayas. Krishnasya means entire. Entire creation, entire cosmos, whatever has come in the world, I am the creator. And how do I create? With the help of my two Prakruti. These are the cause. I already told you. Etadi yoni nibhutani sarvani tupadharaya. There's life and the matter together. There's Jad and Chetan together. Jad and Chetan, inert and the consciousness. These two together create this entire creation. So I am the creator. Now you need to turn your attention towards pure consciousness now, which has manifested as Jiva. And having manifested as Jiva, when you hold on to some matter, you can create anything. Consciousness by itself does not create. It has to have some matter. So once I was sitting with my Guruji in my ashram in Himalayas. It's a very nice ashram in a place called Dharamsala in Himachal Pradesh. So we were sitting together in a lovely evening. Beautiful mountains, snow-capped mountains all over. So at that time, so this place is very near an army cantonment. So some army general came just to visit and pay his respect to Guruji. So my Guruji was sitting on a chair and this army general also came and sat on the chair. He had brought so many fruits and flowers and garland and whatnot, all the gifts, whatever. You never go to an ashram empty-handed. You have to have respect and therefore you go. So he brought all the things, all the goodies. So he brought and he was talking to him, Swamiji, we are coming to this place, army camp, from years together. Earlier, I did not see this beautiful ashram. God has been so kind. God has created all these things. So my Guruji says, yes, earlier only God was here. And later on I came. And when I came, then, the sankalpa came. The wish came. The desire came. The planning came. And I organized all the devotees and resources and money and got the architect to design the whole place. And thereafter, you keep on doing something, then alone God can bless you. You are saying God created this ashram. He says God has already got a beautiful creation. Why should God create an ashram when He's already created this whole cosmos? What does He want from one ashram? Ashram is your dream. You are a teacher of Vedanta and you want to teach Vedanta to people. And therefore you planned, you dreamt, you have aspiration. I'll have a place where so many people will come from all sides and then I will teach them Vedanta and Gita and Upanishad and all these things I'm going to teach. So I had a dream, I had aspiration, I had my planning, I had the execution of that plan. Then alone God can bless you. So that general was foxed for some time. He said, Swamiji, isn't that you are very arrogant? That I am doing? I came and then this thing was created. He says, this is not arrogance, it's a matter of fact. Your definition of God is not right. Your definition of God is that He's creating your buildings and your business, your houses, and all your cars and all your computers. God is doing all this. God is not doing by Himself. He doesn't want a computer. You guys want a computer. He's got a super computer. That is why He has created this entire cosmos. So it looks very good from the superficial side that God has created this. So no, not really. It is a jiva who comes, who takes up a resolve, who takes up a dream and he starts planning and executing, and then whatever you sincerely do, not accidentally do. Not do it without any sincerity, haphazardly. Then, result will be according to that. If you do very good work, then good result will come. So the master of the nature, the master of Prakruti, he'll bless you with that. There are certain rules which operate in the world. There is no whims and fancies, no wishes. Some just following the rules properly. You take up a dream, take up a resolve. I'm going to make my country great again. In the recent election in US, Mr. Donald Trump had this vision. I will make America great once again. Okay, good. Whatever your dream is, whatever your definition of greatness is, if you sincerely work for that, you'll get results. Now here in India, the Prime Minister of this country, Modi, he's also having a dream. I will make my country a developed country. And he's working very hard for that. Day in and day out, 18 hours a day. And from last 25 years, he is not afforded to get ill. He doesn't have any cold also, no cough also. He doesn't have any stomach ache, no headache, no problem, no oversleeping. He says, I can't afford all that. I've got a big dream. I want to make my country a developed world. Good roads, good airports, good railways, and good technology, and good supercomputers and chips and whatnot. He's got a dream. Okay, you have a dream, start working for that, and God says, I will bless you. I don't bless without dreams. I don't bless without any hard work. Have you worked hard for this? No, not yet. Forget it. Get lost. if you work hard, then I am going to bless you. I become the creator. Well, Bhagwan, in case I have to work hard, then how come you are the creator? Huh? He says that people humbly say with all wisdom, because by themselves they cannot do that. So when they say God has done it, they are pointing towards the entire power that be the master of both the Prakritis. So aham krishnasya jagata prabhavav pralayastadha. Things which are coming and going, I am standing behind. And at your individual level, you can see this with reference to your thoughts also. Your thoughts can come, thoughts can sustain, thoughts can go. By whose blessing all this thing is possible? There is a consciousness, conscious entity inside you. You are that conscious entity. You take up a resolve, you have a plan, you have anything which is important to you, depending upon your priorities, then those thoughts will come in your mind. And then if you pursue it properly, then you'll achieve the goals. So the entire creation, sustenance and the dissolution of things around, it is the interplay of these two Prakritis, Jada and Chetan, the Para and Para-Prakruti. And who am I? Who is God? After studying these 6 shlokas, if somebody asks you, okay, Tim, you have studied Gita chapter 7. Now tell me who is Krishna? Who is God? What is your understanding? God is that who is the master of the 2 Prakriti. So Prakriti, these 2 are great manifestations. First manifestation is of all the inert matter in this creation. And the second manifestation is of a conscious entity. This conscious entity and the various inert matters, they together, they are creating everything. But God, by the word God, we don't use the word God so often. I'm using because I'm talking in English. The better word is Brahman. Brahman is the word which is used in the Vedantic scriptures. And Brahman means that which is the big. God is a relative word. It is not an absolute word. Brahman word is more nearer absolute. This is relative, but Brahman is not relative. Relatively not relative. The moment you use any word, it becomes relative in some sense. But this is a better word. Brahman word means the big, the ultimate. So that which is the truth, which is the ultimate, which is Sat, which is imperishable, which is the real master, which is the truth of the creation, that is, who is that? The master of 2 Prakritis. And that we call as Purush at some time. In Yoga Shastra, it is Prakriti and Purush. Purush is the conscious reality, Brahman, and Prakriti are these 2 kinds of manifestation. So he says that in case you have appreciated that behind the play of the 2 Prakriti is God, and especially behind the Para-Prakriti Even though he is behind Para-Prakruti also, but in case if you just keep on enjoying Para-Prakruti, then I will not be appreciated easily. It will take a lot of time. You have to become introvert, you have to turn inwards, and then discover the conscious entity. Then alone you can appreciate. Outside, if you keep on enjoying things, enjoyment will be there, pleasure will be there. Guruji, by eating pani puri, can I realize God? I think that God is in this pani puri also. God is in this salt, God is in this sour thing also, and all the masalas. Oh God, I'm becoming one with you. Oh. So I become one with God. No, theoretically, God is there. God is the self of everything. He is behind the existence of everything. But you will not be poised to discover the truth. In order to discover the truth, I better turn towards Para-Prakriti. Who is the enjoyer? Who is the seer? Who is the feeler? Who is the thinker? Who am I? Turn towards this. Then you will go towards the door of the temple. Para-Prakriti is just door of the temple. It is not yet God. It is very near God. And the one which is beyond the two Prakriti, who is the master of two Prakriti, who is the Purusha, that is God. That is the ultimate reality. So in the 7th chapter, he says that is ultimate. There is nothing beyond that. So it's a very famous shloka. Let us chant the shloka. Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya Mai sarvamidam protam Sutre manigana iva. He says, now you have appreciated the real meaning of the word God. I hope you have. Very beautiful pointers have been given that the master of the two Prakriti, that is the imperishable, infinite Brahman. And once you turn your attention toward that I which is free from all limitations of time, space and objectivity, you turn towards I and then negate all the limitations of Desh, Kal and Vastutva. When you just negate some limitations, that is it. That is God. That is Brahman. And you can realize that. You can experience that. You can wake up to that. And thereafter Bhagwan says, stop all seeking thereafter. This is it. There is nothing which is greater, which is beyond this. Matta parataram nanyat. This I, there is nothing greater than this. Parataram, higher than this, greater than this. Kinchidasti Dhananjaya. Hey Dhananjaya, Bhagwan uses another word, another name of Arjuna, which was Dhananjaya. Oh Dhananjaya, know very clearly, this is the real, ultimate reality, and there is nothing greater than that. And it is appreciated as I. It is only the exploration, deeper probing into I, And when you turn towards I and start negating all the various superimpositions on I, the superimpositions of time, space, and objectivity, all these things are slowly done by the study of Vedantic scriptures. By understanding Vedanta properly, you can negate all these things. You can appreciate. In order to negate, you have to first appreciate all the limitations. At least know what is to be negated. So first Vedanta talks about Adhyaropa and then comes the Apavada. All the various superimposition, then comes all the negation. So that is called Adhyaropa and Apavada. So once you negate everything, that which is remaining is I. It is manifesting as I. But I which is free from all kind of limitations. As long as you, the I, has got some limitations, so long you are away from God. God is not separating you. God is not keeping you away. It is my association with so many limitations, my insistence and my obsession with certain roles which I am playing. I cannot give it up. I want to become a rich man. Forget rich man. I want to become a very good manager. Forget manager. Why do you want to become manager of just a business? No, it's a dream right from my childhood. Oh, forget your childhood. You're without any vikara. There is no childhood, old age and all death for you. So in case if your I has got any limitation, so long you can work hard, you can focus your attention, and Bhagwan says, I'll bless you with that. I'll assure you that if you sincerely work hard, I'm going to give you result as per that. But meeting God is not by some karma. Meeting God is by dropping all your limitations. And then discover who am I. And it is discovered as I. I am Atma Brahma. It is discovered, the Brahma is discovered as Atma. And thereafter, there is no distinction between Atma and Brahma. Because Atma is Brahma. These words they drop. There is nothing greater than that I, which is Brahma. So therefore, in 7th chapter, Bhagwan has revealed his real identity. He's giving his introduction, When you go to somebody, I am so and so, please give your introduction. Guruji, I am Alexei from Georgia. Okay. If you probe deeper, I am still from somewhere else, but right now I am in Georgia. I don't know how long I am going to stay. But right now, presently, I am Alexei from Georgia. And before that, where were you existing? I was in Samara. Okay. And before that? Before that, I don't know, maybe in my mother's stomach. And where were you before that? Maybe earlier life I was some angel somewhere, I don't know. I may be some person in some planet. Which planet? Only Earth or some other? I don't know. But this thing continues. We keep on taking up different roles. And our identity is limited to this present body-mind. But now in this chapter, Bhagwan says there is that I which is devoid of all upadhis, all clothing, anything which you are wearing, which you are donning. Have you ever wondered who you are without these upadhis? Huh? That is pure, infinite life. Timeless, transcendental, immanent. That is my truth. And he says there is nothing greater than that. You attain this, you have fulfilled your life. If you have not realized this, you will endlessly keep on seeking and seeking. You will want to become this or become that. You turn towards this and then be this. In this being alone is the infinite divinity. So in the 7th shloka, Bhagwan says, the jnana, this is the jnana. I promised you one thing, remember? I will tell you jnana and vigyan. In this chapter, I am going to talk about jnana and vigyan, the experiential knowledge and the intellectual knowledge. This much intellectual knowledge you should have. And then you will have to think about how do I awake to that reality. So before talking about that Vigyan aspect, he is, giving some pointers. He says that eye is peeping. It is, looking at you in different forms. And in that alone, everything in the creation is woven. Everything is superimposed on that screen. When you're going to a movie, you see a screen, and on that screen, everything is projected. And the mountains, and the people, and the party, and all the games, everything is projected on the screen. Now, where is screen? Screen is in and through anything which you are seeing. Screen alone is supporting everything. Screen alone is making it possible for you to get experiences. When you are seeing a beautiful mountain, rivers and animals and the birds, thank you, screen. Because of screen alone I can see all these things. Otherwise I couldn't see. Just as everything is, the whole movie is projected on the screen, so also this entire creation is projected on me. Have you seen a 3D movie? Or only 2D movies you have seen? Very interesting, isn't it? 3D. You can see the depth. And things over there, they come to you also, they become so near. When I saw a 3D movie for the first time, somebody threw a spear and that spear came on my head. I just ducked and I saved myself. Straight away it was coming to me. It is so clear because it is 3D. The depth is there. Normally only the length and breadth is there, but the depth is not there. In 3D you also see the depth. A thing coming from far can reach to you also. You are part of the scene. This 3D movie technology we have developed now, where Bhagwan has created this whole creation which is 3D movie. And therefore there is far and near. There is length and breadth. There is time and space. These dimensions are there. All the dimensions put together, but right now, Bhagwan says this is just a movie going on. It's for our entertainment. I'm presenting this movie to you. Enjoy nicely. But best enjoyment is by detachment. You see everything beautifully. It is not necessary that you run after gratification. Then alone you enjoy. You can enjoy by your profound sensitivity, your love, your cares, your perception. So this is a movie going on, and I am pervading everything in this creation. Whatever you see, remember the screen and the movie. And when you see the mountains and the sunrise and the birds and the trees, at that time this thought should come to your mind. This movie, and it is being sustained by some screen. That screen is permanent. And you can also say, thank you, screen. Because of screen alone, I am able to see this movie going on. So Bhagwan says that when you see anything in the creation, see, appreciate that everything is superimposed on me. This is like a fabric. When you see a fabric, a cloth, this entire design is, woven on a cloth. So I'm that cloth, I'm that screen, I'm that substratum, because of which all the people can be there, all the experiences can be there. So very nice shloka. He says, I'll give the example. Mai sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva. He says, have you seen a mala? He says, yes, I've got a mala. So he says, when you see a mala, in that there are two things, the flowers and the thread. The thread because of which these flowers they are put together. Or the malas which you are wearing, in the beads are there, round, and there's a thread which is going in and through. When you see the mala, you don't see the thread, you only see the beads. Yesterday we had gone to Maheshwar. So many, sellers, they used to come with all the malas. Will you please buy this? You like to buy this? So there was a lady who was showing glass beads, rudraksh beads, red beads, blue beads, all the different beads. But when you look at the mala, you don't see the thread. You only see the beads. And every bead is of different design, form, color. So when you see this creation, every bead, look at every manifestation, every living being, like pearls. So right now I have some pearls in front of me. The pearl in black, the pearl in orange, the pearl in white, and the pearl in white. So white, red, orange, different pearls. And all the pearls, they are put together in a thread. That thread which is sustaining all the beads in this mala, know that to be the reality God. God is not away somewhere beyond the clouds. Oh God, everybody raises their hands up towards the cloud when they're talking with God. Oh God, where are you? He says, why are you turning there? Look at Gita. He says, he is like a string in and through everything. Why don't you turn towards your Atma and says, oh God, That is the string which is, in and through all the names and forms. So Bhagwan says, Mai sarvamidam protam. In me alone everything has been protam. It is imposed. It is pervading. It is woven in me. Mai sarvamidam protam. Sutre manigana iva. Sutra is thread. Manigana iva means like pearls in a necklace, in a mala. So that is how near God is. And if you don't know, He is very far off. And when you don't know, then you turn towards the sky. Oh God, where are you? He says, inside your mala. Inside you, inside your heart. I am so near you. So this is the pointer, this is the lakshana which Bhagwan gives about himself. And thereafter starts a beautiful section in which he is simply pointing. There are 4 shlokas. All shlokas, they are just giving different pointers. How to see God. How to start feeling God. Not seeing God. Seeing God was different methodology, which has already been discussed. First Para-Prakruti, then Para-Prakriti negate all the various limitations and impositions, and thereafter discover what is. That is the methodology of knowing God. But you can start feeling the existence of God. When you see at the creation, how do you see God? How do you feel about God? Think about God. So this section starts and we will read one shloka and then we will continue with it tomorrow. So shloka number 8 is Raso hamapsu kaunteya Prabhasmi shashi suryayo Pranava sarva vedeshu Shabda khe paurusham rushu. So now starts a very simple, interesting, practical section. Till this time it was heavy stuff. It was all deep knowledge. And all has to be understood by intellect. Without intellect, you will not be blessed. So therefore, think properly, study properly, deeply, and get hang of all the section which has gone through. But thereafter, it is practice. It is seeing with proper perception. So Bhagwan says, when you see water. So when you are seeing water, then I am that which is making it liquid. Rasa. Water is that because we can get taste. Whether you are drinking tea, whether you are drinking water, whether you are drinking some sour thing or any sweet thing, any fruit juice, anything because of which you can get taste has to be some liquid medium. In case if your tongue is not liquid, it is not wet, then no taste is possible. That wetness which is provided by water is the very basic principle in water. It is the characteristics of water. It is called rasa. That rasa in water, because of which water can become water, without which water cannot become water. That is ras. I am that ras in the water. So I was giving you example of screen and movie. Bhagwan comes in, gives a very simple example. He says, don't make it so difficult. Make it simple. When you drink water, then I am that, ras, that wetness in water. Because of which I can get any taste. I can get hydrated also. Without water, you get dehydrated. Body is 90% water. And therefore, keep on drinking water. Right from morning, the moment you get up, 2-3 glasses. Your health will become all right. It will remain good all the time. Not tea. Tea is caffeine. It is, drugs. If you start with tea right from the morning, your brain becomes addicted towards that. It's not normal. It's a later invention of Britishers. When Britishers came to India, they discovered tea. First of all, they got it from China. Later on, they got it from Assam. And a lot of plantations of tea are there. And today, tea has become a national drink in India. Wherever you go, you like to have tea, chai piyenge. You like to have chai. And chai has got different variety. Masala chai, non-masala chai, and adrak ki chai, and ilaichi wali chai. Different chai. And what is chai? It is caffeine. It's addiction. It is drug. Some people, they are told very carefully, please stop tea and coffee completely. You're ruining your brain. You're becoming addicted. Because of this drug, your system is not working properly. Just drink water. Water is beautiful. Water is divine. Water is pure. Water is a beautiful medium by which you can meditate on me. Sit down with a glass of water in the morning and chant the shloka. Rasohamapsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayo. Divine, something great, very healthy, very helpful. 3 glasses, very good. 2 glasses, this is less. 1 glass is very less. 3 glasses, good. If it is slightly warm, all the better. Have 3 glasses of water in the evening. And before food and while food, don't take water. 2 hours before food, you can take water, and 2 hours after food, you can take water. Otherwise, all the acids and enzymes, they get diluted in your stomach. And you get bad stomach. In case if hydrotherapy is practiced nicely, when to drink water, how much to drink water, so many diseases will go away. Water is a divine elixir, something very great. And he says you can do meditation on water. Raso hamapsu kaunteya, hey Kunti putra, O son of Kunti. And you remember Kunti, she is, my sister. Sister hi hai? Bua. Okay. Father's sister. Kunti was his father's sister. And therefore, you are very dear to me. You are my relative. Even though relative, relation, no relation, Bhagwan is not, hanging on to relations. But you are very dear to me. And therefore, I am giving you a secret. Meditate on water. Take a glass of water. Don't drink it quickly. See it for some time. Chant the shloka. I am the rasa in the water. God is rasa in water. Try this way. Till now you are taking water and suddenly gulping it down. Think for a while. Meditate for a while. See the divinity inside the water. And then 3 glasses. Just see how healthy you are, how wise you are. Otherwise, without chanting shloka, you will not be blessed that much. So this is how you see me. The very essence, the very dharma of everything. I am that which provides the basic fundamental dharma of anything. So I am the rasa in water. And when you see the sunrise, I hope you get up before sunrise. If you don't get up before sunrise, then your routine is not good. You should get up before sunrise. Especially in India, maybe, when we go to polar region, the night itself is not there. Continuously day. Huh? Even in high northern Russia, days are so long and nights were so small. At that time, we cannot say that get up as per sunrise. We'll keep on, waking up. All the time we'll be awake. So that principle is not applicable in northern areas. The polar regions, all the polar countries. But here it is applicable in India. In case if we synchronize our lives with the sunrise and sunset, we don't eat preferably after sunset, whenever it is possible. And we get up before sunrise. Be ready and even welcome sun. We offer water to sun. We pray to sun. So when you are seeing the sun, what is the uniqueness of sun? The light, the prabha, the effulgence in the sun. Now Bhagwan is giving us one secret. I am the effulgence in the sun. If you see the sun, and it is so effulgent, that only early morning you can see at the sun. Otherwise, you dare not see at the sun. If you see directly the sun, then you will have problems with your retina and eyesight. It is so powerful. Early morning you can look at the sun and you can chant the shloka. And you can think on this, you can meditate on this point, that I am the effulgence. Not only in the morning, but even in the night, when you see the moon. He says the effulgence in Shashi. Shashi means moon. Surya means sun. Prabhasmi Shashi Surya Yo. I am the effulgence in sun or moon. Because I am behind all Prakriti. Sun is made out of, this play of 2 Prakriti. Para-Prakruti, and I am behind. So I am manifesting as the effulgence. I am manifesting as the rasa in water. the wetness in the water. And thank you, water, then alone I can enjoy any taste. If your tongue is dry, you cannot enjoy any taste. No food you can enjoy. So that is how you see God everywhere. So he starts with these two examples and then he gives a list of that. Total, so many examples he is giving so that we can practice reveling and thinking and meditating on God all the time. So this is how this section starts and then we will continue with it tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamida Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Hari Om Namah Parvati Har Har Mahadev